Everywhere you look today, a resurgent atheism seems to be on the rise, loud and aggressive. In fact, just a year ago, 3 of the top 10 books on the New York Times bestseller list were written by atheists. So why are these so-called new atheists so angry? Well, partly because they think religion shouldn't be here. Atheists a generation ago thought the 21st century would be a godless utopia. Yet religion today is as strong as ever and is growing. And so that results, I think, in a frustration among our atheist friends, and that generates a dogmatism and the aggressiveness we see in some of those new atheists. So how do we respond to friends or colleagues or family members who've read and are quoting people like Richard Dawkins, Sam Harris and Christopher Hitchens? Well, let me offer you a few very broad principles. First, don't respond to your atheist friends with anger or sarcasm. Show respect and take every question they ask seriously. Second, pray frequently and intentionally for your atheist friends. Pray that tensions would arise in their worldview that would open up questions that you can address. Thirdly, speaking of questions, ask insightful questions of your own. Find out what your friends believe or don't believe. Questions like, why do you think that? Or, what's your evidence for that? Are powerful. Most atheists, I find, have not actually stopped and thought through their worldview. We can challenge them to do so. Fourth, demonstrate the richness of Christianity in your conversations with your atheist friends. The Christian worldview is much deeper than atheism, so use that depth. Talk about beauty and justice. Talk about truth and art, morality and wonder, love and virtue. The Christian worldview far better explains those things than atheism, which often struggles to accommodate them. Fifth, remember the importance of character. Your character should display Christ as much as your words. The evangelist Gypsy Smith once said there are 5 Gospels: Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, and the life of the Christian. Most people will not read the first 4. And then, finally and most importantly, ensure you always point to Jesus. Because at the end of the day, our conversations with atheists are not about winning or losing arguments, but are about introducing people to Jesus. Take every opportunity to talk about him and every opportunity to introduce your friends to him. Jesus is the beginning and the end of all of our apologetics and our evangelism.